level 2 with our dancing donut. Donut dancing, dancing donut, whatever you prefer. I like to think about it as do nut dancing because I'm a nut. I'm a nut. I'm a crazy, 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 crazy nut. I'm a wacky nut. I'm a wacky nut. I'm a wacky, 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 wacky nut. We are consciously kind. Yes, we are collectively kind ones. I'm a wacky wacko, wacky wacko, wacky wacko. All right. So here's some level O with a little made up song, which is an example of eustress training. Because when we're singing, we're providing ourselves with some vagal toning. And when we make up a song in the moment, we are also stressing ourselves out because we're being creative in the moment. So that's another form of eustress training, and we are training ourselves to be creative in the moment, which is another form. It doesn't matter what you're being creative with, it's the practice of being creative that is important. So it's another aspect of this effing journey and this effing information that I'm sharing with y'all. So we have our O's to warm up, and then we did some ones, and we get inside our donuts and we can press ourselves against them, and we can give ourselves a massage both on our backs and on our feet and stretch out at the same time, and that's really great. Get a really good sense of proprioception. And now we can expand into our spheres. We have our feet planted because our bodies are getting that sense of how to move through space most effectively, and we're reinforcing that. We're being conscious of that, because if we're conscious of that while we practice a few minutes a day, it supports our bodies the rest of the time as well. So we expand into our spheres because, like the Wacky Noodle, the donut is filled with air. The faster we go, the more resistance we're going to experience. So that's kind of fun to work with, feeling that resistance of air against air. This one provides even more resistance because it's a wide mass. It has a lot of body that it takes up. Because of all that mass, has greater resistance. The Wacky Noodle has less mass, so I can move it more quickly. Less mass to contain the air. I imagine there's a lot more air inside this Wacky Noodle, or rather, excuse me, inside this donut than there was inside the Wacky Noodle. So I love how the donut really guides us through circular motion. So right now I'm doing some level O still because my hands, both of my hands are on the donut. And that's good to mix it up. So we get that feel with our whole bodies. And then let it go. Take it around ourselves. The more slowly we move, the more aware we are of how we're moving. We're more aware of the planes that we're moving through. Our body gets a better sense of how to move through them, and also more stabilizer muscles are engaging. So we're training our body to better support us as we're moving slowly. By training those muscles, when we move quickly, we can move with greater grace, stability, and tension, and our bodies are more likely to actually do what we want them to do, the way that we think that we want them to do it in our head, actually do that, and less likely to experience injury or dysfunction because we have been practicing, feeling how it feels, adjusting for our body's needs, and paying attention to the planes that we're moving through as we're moving the items around our bodies and as we're moving around the items, the implements. Change elevations. Mix in some level 1. Mix in more O. Back to 2. Check in with your feet. Check in with your breath. And really focus on feeling that solid connection with the ground of your feet. And if you're able to work barefoot, I highly recommend it because we've got so many nerves on our feet that are transmitting information to the rest of our body. But I recognize that not everyone is able to work barefoot. So if you can work barefoot, appreciate that you can work barefoot because not everybody's able to work barefoot. And if you do need shoes, appreciate that you are able to do this with shoes because there's some people who can't do this at all. So here we are, appreciating what we can and cannot do and recognizing that wherever we are, we're still okay. We can still be okay if we choose to be okay. Okay is practical. Okay is sustainable. Okay allows everybody to be okay. It doesn't hog bandwidth from anyone else. Okay. Okay, no. I don't have much to say today, except happy equinox, y'all. I hope that this elemental implement manipulation practice helps bring you balance and self-awareness and understanding and joy through your own self-discovery. And that it encourages you to share joy and wellness and movement with others in a fun, whimsical way. And that you choose to celebrate life, no matter where you are or how the situation is. And through that choice of celebration, that you discover what are the paths that need to be taken. What is your purpose within that situation? What is the role that you need to play in the story? Whether it be to save yourself or to save another, or to grow, or whatever. There's always a role if we choose to make it. And we can decide which role we play. It takes practice. That's free will. That takes practice. Appreciation takes practice. Practicing takes practice. But that's life. Practicing is a practice. Processing is a process. I am practicing processing. I am processing practicing. And every day it gets a little bit easier. Some days may be harder than others, and that's okay. On those days, we may learn the most. So appreciate those days as well. Appreciate every day, because every day is a gift. So, as much as we can, let's be present with each other when we're with each other, because it's rare and precious to share time and space. See? Sometimes distance really does make the heart grow fonder. Let's take care of each other, y'all. Thank you.